Hello, happy Wednesday. I am keeping in the theme of this week and we're talking about fall. So I want you to use your senses. I know that sounds silly, but I mean it literally. So we have all of these different senses, right? But we'll talk about the 5 that you can use for kind of getting in the mood and giving yourself some reset button time. So, the first one let's talk about is, sight. So, when you use your sight, you can do things such as watch the sunset. The sun sets a little bit earlier now, right? So it would be easier for you to see. You might already be out and about with the kids and you'll get a glimpse of that and start to feel in the mood of the season and just be able to see the beauty of the colors in the sunset. And another one I know I've talked about, but this is a big one and I didn't realize how big it was until I realized I didn't always see it. The changing of the leaves. So when it starts to cool down, and especially here in Texas, our weather goes back and forth so easily. When you see those yellows and reds along with the greens and then the leaves falling down, it's just beautiful. It's a great way to remind ourselves that things are changing and there's still beauty in that. Okay, so let's go to sound. That's the next one. I feel like a lot of times when I go for a walk or I'm outside, I'm not really listening or paying attention. Are you putting in, some sort of podcast or listening to, YouTube video or something like that while you're outside? Maybe try something different and just listen to what it sounds like outside. What do you notice? Are there things that you've always noticed? Or is there something that you caught on that is new? Another thing is the opposite. So I'm going to give you both, kind of ideas for both ends of sound, right? So one, you're being completely quiet and listening versus the other. I know that you probably do turn on music, but maybe turn on something that's a little different or something that you haven't heard in a while. So that could be a nice change for what you are normally hearing. All right, taste. Oh my goodness, this one's so fun for a lot of us, right? The seasonal things can be just fun and entertaining. I think of some of the first things I think of as, a mom are definitely like taste the food, right? So I think of, there's like the seasonal beers, they have Oktoberfest, or there's a seasonal like mulled wine, and all the coffees have, the different like apple or pumpkin, and the teas, they also have a lot of those different flavors as well. So those are always fun ways. That's easy. They may be things that you already do drink, but it's nice to kind of get in the mood and get, possibly a seasonal one. And for the things that you do with kids, you can definitely make like Rice Krispie bars. Those are super easy, and I feel like that's something that's just fun to make. I know there's a lot of recipes where you can decorate them for Halloween and things like that. Or like for a mom, like just fruit and nut bars, that type of thing. Sort of, I feel like the fruit and nut stuff in the fall, for whatever reason, it kind of gets me in the mood. It makes me think of, some of the different like bundt cakes that you do it with too. So maybe those could be a couple of different things that you could find or make for yourself and or your kiddos. And I also think of touch. Like this is a really, really big one. I know that there's lots of like things that you can do with kiddos. I think of like sensory opportunities, right? Like those little sensory bags that you can play with that are for kids, but you can too. They're really cool. You know, you can put lots of different things in there. And I think last year I did the little sensory boxes for like a station for the kids for Halloween. So like grapes were eyeballs and spaghetti was like guts, and you do it too. You know, enjoy it. Have fun with it. And another one that I love, love, love so much because I just love blankets is the fuzzy blankets. Like, cozy up with your fuzzy blanket and get your coffee or your tea or whatever you decide to have and just kind of sit and relax there. Enjoy that moment. I don't know what it is about a blanket, but especially this time of year, it just like makes me go, all right. And then the last one would be smell, on this list at least. I know that they've found that there's different other senses that we have too, but these are the top 5 and they're the easiest to talk about. I think about what you smell in the season, and it's for sure one of the top ones is spices. You know, you have the aroma of what the spices are in and around us, right? Like a candle or in our food or whatever else it is. Some of those, like the cinnamon one, or apples and pumpkin, I think, like I said before, those are all really fun, great ideas. And then I know it's maybe not quite cold enough where you are, but I feel like it changes so quickly here. It might be, and I'm looking forward to when we're going to have a fire. I'm so excited because I know that that is coming soon. And the smell of a fire. You can also do it outside, right? Like, so if it's inside, it's not quite warm enough. If you have some sort of outdoor fire pit or a bonfire, that's for sure like one of those things that is fun to do when it's cooler outside. So, all right, let's do a recap. So when you're using your senses, you're going to do sight. You are going to go out and check out the sunset and notice the changing leaves. You're going to have sound. You'll listen outside to what the sounds outside are, and you can turn on music that you haven't listened to in a while. Taste. You have like all the seasonal drinks that you could get into, or things that you could make or find for yourself and the kids, like the treats or the fruit and nut bars. Touch. You're going to have the opportunity to cuddle under that fuzzy blanket, and then smell those spices and the bonfires or the fires in your house. Those have like that specific wonderful wood smell. So I hope you enjoy using your senses during the fall. Have a great day.